And apparently other companies are seeking to sign up. So this is becoming, I think, another one of those pay-to-play schemes, or like pay to get your merger approved schemes. And I got to see exactly who, aside from Comcast, but it's another grift. Everything is a grift.
So Don Lemon just had a complete meltdown on his show, and it's one for the books. He sat down with political commentator Ahmed Baba to discuss Trump's new White House ballroom project, and what we got was pure hysteria. According to them, Trump building a ballroom is somehow destroying America and represents the literal destruction of the executive branch.
Lied that it wasn't going to affect the original structure. I think he said it wouldn't be impacted. And then he said, oh, in order to do it, we have to tear it down. It had to, in order to do it properly. And then he said, we are going to submit plans. We haven't done it yet. He's already started. Like, what?
Yeah, they did. And then he also said it was going to be 200 million. Now he's saying 300 million.
300 million.
300 million. He said, oh, we just needed to take down one part of it. We weren't even going to touch it. Whole thing's getting obliterated, like you said. And then meanwhile, I was on Stephanie Rule last night, and she mentioned something I didn't realize. Like, there are major companies underwriting this. Like, Comcast is among them. Like, there are people now using this, and I think potentially as another vehicle for cronyism. So, like, there's another layer to this where people are probably seeking to trade favors by funding this ballroom.
Well, that's something that I did not know. Who's underwriting this?
Major companies. Apparently Comcast is one of them. And apparently other companies are seeking to sign up. So this is becoming, I think, another one of those pay-to-play schemes, or like pay to get your merger approved schemes. And I got to see exactly who, aside from Comcast, but it's another grift. Everything is a grift.
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute here. How could I not know that?
Yeah, it was news to me.
Yeah, news to me. I have not seen it, and I'm looking for it, but I don't see it here. So I am finding some information as to what you are saying. Let's see. Okay, list of White House ballroom donors. Altria Group, Amazon, Apple, Booz Allen Hamilton, Caterpillar Inc., Coinbase, Comcast Corporation, Pepe and Amelia Van Jool, Hard Rock International, Google, HP Inc., Lockheed Martin, Meta Platforms, Micron, all of these people.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. T-Mobile.
Yep. It adds a whole nother layer to the story.
What the hell is going on? I'm finding out in real time. How did I not know this?
Now Lemon's clutching his pearls over corporate donors like Comcast, Amazon, and Apple contributing to the ballroom. Let me break down why this outrage is completely manufactured. First, the project is expected to accommodate 650 seated guests, compared to the East Room's current 200-person capacity. For 150 years, presidents have had to install large and unsightly tents approximately 100 yards away from the main building entrance for major state functions. This is a legitimate need. Second, let's talk about presidential precedent that Lemon conveniently ignores. FDR had an indoor swimming pool installed in the 1930s, financed by private donations. Theodore Roosevelt added the entire West Wing to the White House. Truman oversaw the biggest White House renovation in history from 1948 to 1952, gutting the interior structure. Every president has improved the White House, but when Trump does it, suddenly it's the end of democracy? Third, about those corporate donors. Where was this energy when Obama signed a Netflix production deal worth millions after leaving office? Or when corporations donated to the Clinton Foundation while Hillary was Secretary of State? The selective outrage is laughable.
And he's concentrating on a ballroom that's not even for the American people, that no one wanted, not even for the American people. It's for foreign dignitaries. Like, who does he think he is? Like a king Trump? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and the design is so monarchical. Like, it's like it's gold and it looks like something out of London. Like it looks like something from a monarchy, and it's insane.
Ahmed Baba is losing his mind over the ballroom design being monarchical and gold and looking like something from London. You know what? Good. America should have the most beautiful state ballroom in the world. The White House is one of the most beautiful and historic buildings in the world, yet we've been hosting world leaders in temporary tents like we're some third world country. That's embarrassing. Here's what Lemon doesn't want you to know. Trump chose McCreary Architects to design the extension because the firm specializes in classical style, which matches the current White House complex. He's preserving the architectural integrity, not destroying it. And the King Trump talking point? Harry Truman added the controversial Truman balcony, which architectural purists argued clashed with the mansion's original Palladian style. Was Truman a king? Of course not. This is just another example of leftists projecting their own authoritarian fantasies onto Trump.
And not only that, like you're right to point the connection here, because he's doing this amid like the government's still shut down, right? Like the government is still shut down. Meanwhile, he's trying to pursue this. Meanwhile, he also has these increasing prices with tariffs, refusing to renew healthcare subsidies. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene speaking out increasingly. You have Republicans taking the blame. We see more and more of that in the polling. And then he also, on top of this, man, it's hard for me to get shocked these days, but like the $230 million, like not request, but demand from his own DOJ to pay him while he's also doing this ballroom destruction and everything else. It's insane.
Now they're trying to link the ballroom to the government shutdown and claim Trump doesn't care about working Americans. This is pure deflection. The facts. A White House Office of Management and Budget memo stated the construction was being funded by private donors and would not be impacted by federal budget negotiations. The ballroom construction continued during the shutdown precisely because it wasn't using federal funds. What Lemon won't tell you is that the project went ahead despite the National Capital Planning Commission being closed due to the nationwide government shutdown. Why? Because Trump doesn't need their approval. He's the president. Every president has had this authority. But sure, let's pretend this is about workers not getting paid. Meanwhile, Democrats are the ones refusing to negotiate on a clean continuing resolution. The shutdown is happening because Democrats want to attach unrelated healthcare subsidies to a basic funding bill. That's called holding the government hostage, but you won't hear that from CNN.
I've been telling people, not what do we do now? I've been telling people that you still need to fight back. You still need to understand what your rights are. You still need to understand the power you have as a citizen. And this is what I've been doing. I keep it with me. I've been reading it. And also, which is very important, the amendments of this Constitution. As I look at the amendments, Congress, this is Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Amendment 2, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. 3, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. That's number 3, but I just want to get to 4. Okay. Amendment 4, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. These people are not showing any sort of warrant or any probable cause. This is the 5th Amendment. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment of indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land of naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. Okay, nor shall be compelled to any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Watch what happens when their narrative completely falls apart. Lemon literally pulls out a pocket constitution and starts reading amendments. This is peak performance art from the left. He's reading the 4th and 5th Amendments about unreasonable searches and seizures, trying to connect it to ICE enforcing immigration law. This is the same crowd that wanted vaccine mandates and vaccine passports. Where was the Constitution lecture then? The cognitive dissonance is astounding. They'll lecture you about constitutional rights for illegal immigrants while simultaneously supporting government overreach on American citizens for COVID policies, gun control, and online speech. Here's what this interview really reveals. The left has no substantive criticism of Trump's ballroom project, so they're manufacturing outrage out of thin air. The facts don't lie. It's privately funded. It addresses a 150-year problem. Every president has renovated the White House. The design respects the existing architecture. It won't cost taxpayers a dime. Meanwhile, Barack Obama parlayed his presidency into a $70 million fortune through speaking fees and entertainment deals. Bill Clinton entered the presidency with $1.3 million and left with substantially more, largely through speaking fees and the Clinton Foundation. But Trump building a ballroom with his own money? That's the real grift, according to Don Lemon. The American people see through this nonsense. They elected Trump to be a builder, to get things done, and to make America great again. A world-class state ballroom that will serve future presidents for generations? That's exactly what they voted for. Don Lemon can clutch his pearls and read the Constitution all he wants. The rest of us are watching a president who actually delivers on his promises, while Democrats melt down over a ballroom. Stand up for common sense. Demand accountability from the media, and stop letting leftists gaslight you about what's actually happening in this country.